Why Netflix may be rethinking Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's $100 million deal. When Prince Harry and Meghan Markle signed their massive Netflix deal in 2020, it was supposed to change everything. A reported $100 million partnership between the world's most talked-about royal couple and the biggest streaming platform on the planet. At the time, it sounded unstoppable. Hollywood power, royal intrigue, global curiosity. But several years later, questions are starting to surface. Quiet ones at first, then louder ones inside the entertainment industry. Are the numbers adding up? Are the projects delivering? And most importantly, is Netflix still happy with the deal? Because behind the headlines, insiders say the relationship between Harry, Meghan, and Netflix may be entering a very uncertain chapter. Point 1. The deal that shocked Hollywood. Back in 2020, just months after stepping away from royal duties, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle made a move that stunned both Hollywood and Buckingham Palace. They signed a multi-year production deal with Netflix reportedly worth up to $100 million. The idea was simple but powerful. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex would produce documentaries, feature films, scripted series, and children's programming. Netflix executives believed the couple had something rare: global attention. For decades, the British royal family had fascinated audiences across the world. Now one of its most controversial members was stepping into the entertainment industry. From Netflix's perspective, the opportunity was enormous. At the time, the streaming wars were heating up. Disney+, Amazon Prime Video, and HBO Max were competing for subscribers. Netflix needed headline-grabbing content. And who generated more headlines than Harry and Meghan? The deal positioned them not just as celebrities, but as producers with a mission to create what they called impactful storytelling. Their company, Archewell Productions, would become the creative engine behind the partnership. But in Hollywood, massive deals come with massive expectations. And those expectations were very high. 2. The early success that raised hopes. In December 2022, Netflix finally released the project everyone had been waiting for. The documentary series Harry and Meghan. The show immediately exploded across the platform. It became one of Netflix's most watched documentary debuts ever. Millions of viewers tuned in to hear the couple describe their experiences inside the royal family, their struggles with media attention, and their decision to leave royal life. For Netflix, the numbers looked promising. For a moment, it seemed like the gamble had paid off. The series dominated global headlines. News outlets dissected every detail. Social media erupted with debates. Some viewers sympathized with the couple's struggles. Others accused them of attacking the royal family. But one thing was undeniable. People were watching. And in the streaming world, attention equals value. That success raised hopes inside Netflix that the partnership could produce more hits. But the challenge was always going to be the same. What comes next after a story that personal? 3. The content slowdown. After the massive attention surrounding their documentary, the pace of new projects slowed down, much slower than many industry insiders expected. Producing television and film is complicated. Projects take time to develop, write, and film. But for Netflix executives who had invested heavily in the partnership, the timeline started raising questions. Where were the next big releases? The couple announced several ideas, including documentaries focused on inspiring global figures and stories about leadership and community. But in Hollywood, announcements alone are not enough. Executives care about finished products. And as months passed, reports began circulating that Netflix wanted to see more output from Archewell Productions. Inside the streaming industry, competition had become brutal. Platforms were cutting costs. Even high-profile deals were being re-evaluated. That meant every partnership had to justify its price. Even one involving a prince. 4. Changing strategy at Netflix. At the same time, Netflix itself was changing. After years of aggressive spending on celebrity deals, the company began shifting strategy. Executives wanted content that delivered consistent viewership, not just headlines. Some major celebrity partnerships across Hollywood quietly ended or were reduced. Streaming companies were becoming more selective, more cautious, more focused on numbers. And that shift inevitably placed pressure on every major deal in their portfolio, including the one with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Insiders began suggesting that Netflix was encouraging the couple to produce more content that audiences could connect with beyond royal drama. Because the reality was simple. The documentary about their royal exit had already told the biggest story they had. What would come after that? 5. Harry's solo documentary efforts. One of the projects that did move forward was Heart of Invictus, a documentary series focusing on 7. What happens next? So where does the deal stand now? Publicly, Netflix has not announced any major changes to the partnership. Both sides continue to say they are working together. But industry observers say the next round of projects could determine the future of the relationship. If new productions perform well, the partnership may continue evolving. If not, Netflix, like many streaming companies, may choose to move in a different direction. In Hollywood, even the biggest deals are never permanent. And sometimes the real story isn't the announcement. It's what happens years later. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle entered Hollywood with one of the most talked about deals in entertainment history. At first, the world watched closely. Millions streamed their documentary. Headlines followed every move. But the streaming industry changes fast, and massive contracts always come with massive expectations. Now the big question isn't how the partnership started, it's where it goes next. Will Netflix double down on the Sussex brand? Or will the era of celebrity mega deals slowly fade away? One thing is certain, as long as Harry and Meghan remain in the spotlight, the world will keep watching to see what happens next.
Thank you, my viewer. I hope you keep it here on my channel for more discoveries on all the celebrities' untold journeys. Like, comment, and subscribe on Hajara Rama channel. Thank you so much.